Everybody, welcome back. Badass Farmer here, and today we're going to be growing some Swiss chard from seed, and we're going to be transplanting them directly in the ground. So let's take a look in the greenhouse and see what we got going on. So come on. Alright guys, we're in the greenhouse and I'm going to get ready to plant some of these Swiss chard. I'm using my 50s. You've guys seen these before. I got these trays. They're perfect for holding these guys in here. This is PM Pro Mix, PM peat moss mixture with vermiculite. It's organic. It is a great way to get things started. I normally kind of wet it a little bit before I put them into the trays, because that way I don't have to wet it so much when I've already put the seed in there. It just makes it easier, because you don't want to put it super dry, because you're going to end up spending a lot of time watering. So alright, let's get this going. I'm going to show you what I do real quick. And this box we made just out of wood, spare wood. It's non-treated. We don't want those chemicals in our stuff. So, alright, so after I get a nice little layer, I try to clean it off as much as I can. And then I have two extra ones here, specifically so I can press into it. Okay, this is what I do to prepare for my seeds. And I don't push them down too much, just a little bit, just to create an indent, just like that. Okay. And today we're going to be using, of course, my favorite Swiss chards, and we're doing, which one are we doing?
Pink, Silverado, and orange.
All right, here's some Silverado. These are from High Mowing, and just so you know, we normally don't put them in bags like this, but because in the morning the greenhouse tends to drip a lot, so we do that to protect the seeds from getting wet. So, alright, pink, here we go. So we're going to start off with some pink High Mowing seeds. And I know my hands are really dirty, so I'm trying to be careful while I'm doing this. These are pretty big seeds. Wow, these are really broken up. And forgive me if I'm sweating a lot, but that's the way it goes in the greenhouse. So, as you can see, some of these are like breaking apart, but I'm not going to worry about it.
Some of them I did 2 per. If they were small, I did 2 per on the other ones.
Okay. So, I'm just going to try to plant each one right in the center. Just like that. And I'm going to continue this, and then I'll come back and show you what I do to cover it. Alright guys, so I got all the seeds in, and as you can kind of see, I try to be good about putting them right in the center. That way it doesn't grow in the corner or something like that. You know, I just like to be as accurate as possible. So after that, we're just going to cover them over just lightly. Okay, you don't want to do a lot of pressing down, because it's already been done earlier. So this is just to lightly cover the seeds, and I just kind of massage it with my hand a little bit just to get the excess off. And big pieces I'll try to crumble up if I see any. Just like that. Okay. I'll try to keep these as clean as possible. I know that's probably like really hard to do when you're trying to like work with soil. So that's pretty much it. Now these are pretty wet already, but just for good measure, I'm just going to lightly come over top with my sprayer. Now this is a Solo 2-gallon sprayer. These are really good. I like using them. And just make sure that you check for the nozzle so that it's spraying a wide broadcast. Because if you, let me show you.
Do not spray me, okay?
Sorry. Yeah, you don't want that, because, and I don't want to push it in here because then it's going to, like, you know, it's going to make an indent. See what I mean? So, just give you an example. If you start watering, guess what? It's a lot of pressure, it's really hard, and the seed could get exposed. So, by closing it off a little bit, I think, or tightening it, and I know I'm dirtying this whole thing. There we go. That's the one. So, I just go over top, and these will go in our germination room. Always water with warm water. Okay, you want to give these seeds the best environment. That think that it's like springtime outside. Well, actually, today's the first day of spring. Hey, today I'm sweaty. Happy first day of spring. Although by the time you guys are watching it, it's already passed, so whatever. All right, so that's it. We're going to put these under the lights.
Tag it.
Let me tag my guy. Where's my tag?
You want to tell them what's on the tag?
Yeah. Booyah. Pink. Swiss chard. We do that for our records, just to know what everything is, when it was planted, where the seeds came from. Because we're a certified organic farm, we have to keep track of everything all the way down to the seed, what we used to plant with in terms of organic fertilizers, which we want to use alpaca and chicken manure, to where it was planted in the ground, to when you were actually harvested, what you harvested, and where it was sold to. So that is a whole tracking system, so they know exactly. So if anyone gets sick for whatever reasons, they can track it all the way back to the seed and to the actual where you actually got the seed from. So anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and put this in the warm box, and I'm gonna show you some of the Swiss chard that we have growing already that are ready to be transplanted. So these are the Swiss chards that we started a few weeks earlier, back in February 14th, I think is when we have it dated by. So these are ready to be transplanted. Actually, these should have been transplanted a week ago, but because of Winter Storm Stella, we had some freezing temperatures, so we ended up having to wait until today to actually make sure it was safe enough to plant in the ground. And as you can kind of see, maybe you see some yellowish. Let me see if I can. Some of these are getting kind of yellow, and this will be. This isn't a good example. There's nothing to worry about. They'll come back. They'll bounce back fine. But they're becoming root bound. So because they should have been planted a week ago, let me pull one out, and you can kind of see where all those roots have nowhere to go now, and so they need to get in the ground ASAP. So they're straining a little bit. I need to water them a little bit more before I pull them out of here. So we're over here in the raised bed area now, and as you guys probably know by now, I use a lot of square foot gardening methods by Mel Bartholomew. If you don't know anything about that, you might want to check him out. He's got a good book that really kind of breaks down when to plant, what to watch out for in terms of the frost and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, we're basically going to be doing 4 plants per square foot. Some of these might be a little bit tighter because I'm pressed for space. So I'm going to, just plant them a little bit closer, but they're pretty much 4 per square foot. So when you're grabbing these out of the trays, be careful depending on what you're using. You might have something different. But make sure that you're moving around. And I dunked these before, and they're still a little bit dry. But as you can see, that's the root right there, well developed, and it's ready to just grow. So all I'm doing is just poking with my hand slightly into the soil so that when you put it in here, it should be basically flush. So you don't want to overbury it like that and putting it that far deep. You don't want to have the root being exposed, okay, either, because that will damage the plant. So just like that, cover it in, okay, And then I'm gonna do another one for you guys. Putting it in nice and comfortably, and these guys are ready to go. And all I'm gonna do next is just overhead water these guys and just make sure that they stay moist. And that's pretty much it. We're just gonna watch them grow from here on. I'll be showing you guys videos on when is the best time to harvest, the right way to harvest it, and hopefully we can get some cleaning videos of that too. So the biggest threat we have, which we had last year, was the deer. They came in here and they started pulling these guys out, eating them, and they just made havoc. I tried to make a little fencing thing. That worked for about a minute, and eventually they just pushed their way in. So anyway, that's it for today, guys. So got a lot of stuff to plant today. I'm going to finish off these Swiss chards, and hope you guys are getting ready for all your greens too. This is that green season, and spring is here. So all right, guys, you guys take care, and I'll see you soon.